Hey guys, welcome to my channel and welcome back to my channel. It's Star, and in today's video we are making some vegan miso chocolate chip cookies. They are like Japanese inspired a bit. I don't know how authentic it is, but I did find the recipe on Pinterest. So the chocolate chips do have candied ginger in it, by the way, so you can skip it and just do like regular dark chocolate. I didn't mean to say chocolate chips, it's chocolate bar. But I did get a Starbucks coffee with some ube cold foam to be like in the Japanese theme, you know. I did already try it already, but it is pretty good. It tastes like sweet like the other ones. It's not like super different, but I like it, so that's what matters. So I did find a recipe on Pinterest. The website is thechestnutbakery.com, but I don't know if this makes 6 or 12 or any more cookies, but I'm gonna check that really quick so I don't over make them, because I don't know how good they're gonna be, and it's the first time I'm making these cookies. So let's pray that they're gonna taste good and come out good, but you know, we're gonna try our best. So I'm gonna cut the recipe in half because I'm just gonna be the only one eating them. It says I need half a cup of the chocolate, but I'm chopping it up, so I'm gonna start with half of this chocolate and we'll see if that is half a cup. Okay, I did want to show y'all like the little ginger pieces in here because I was chopping it up and I was like, oh wait, you can actually see it. Let me see. I've had this chocolate like just as like a snack before and I actually really like it, but I have never had miso before. I don't think I've heard of like miso soup, but yeah, I've never had miso before, so hopefully it's good. On the website it said to use white miso, which is what I have here. Yeah, that's what I have. For people who like are not used to miso, which I've never had it, so yeah, if you're making cookies for yourself or someone who hasn't had miso before, use the white miso, it says. And even on the container, it's basically saying like a little goes a long way. It literally says that. I don't know how strong this is, and I don't even know if I want to taste it by itself because it might skew my thoughts on how the cookie is gonna be. But yeah, to finish that thought, if you've had miso before and you like it, it says to use like the darker miso. I don't know if it's like a red miso or something, but that will be better for people who are like used to miso, I guess. So I'm assuming this is going to be a little strong. If you do end up looking at this recipe on there, it says at like almost the very bottom like little tips and tricks to like spruce up your cookies, and that's where it says to add a little candied ginger, and I saw that. I was like, oh shoot, I know the perfect chocolate for that. So yeah, it doesn't call for the ginger, it's just a suggestion to spice it up. I did chippity chop up the chocolate. This actually looks like a lot more than I thought when I chopped it up. You can probably really see all the ginger in there now. Okay, so it made about almost a half a cup, but it ain't really quite there yet, if you can see. So I think I'm gonna use half of this half, see how much it is, and then if I need it, I'll use the rest. Okay, so I did end up using the full chocolate bar just to make sure I have enough chocolate in there. If you can see, these are kind of the size chunks I did. I don't know if it's too big or too small. I kind of like when cookies have like the big chunks in it because it's like extra fun. Alright y'all, I don't know if it's because I'm a little bit taller. It just cannot fit me in the frame with the counter. We're gonna work with what we got here. So I'm trying to be as professional as I can, you guys. But we also have to make it work. We gotta make it work with what we got. Like Mariah Carey, I'm gonna do the best I can with what I got. So let us mix the dry ingredients first. I think that's what we're supposed to do. 1 second. Okay, hopefully this is a big enough container. I'm trying to use all my aesthetic stuff, you know? I'm gonna keep reminding myself I'm doing half the recipe, okay? I guess we need 1 cup of plain flour, but she even said in here you can like mix and match and use whatever like flour and sugar you want. So I got coconut flour. I got this from Whole Foods. I'm trying to stay back here so you guys can see the fit, by the way. So let me just hold it up for you guys. Chocolate in the bowl. Bam. And then we need a cup of flour. There is a flour in there with the chocolate. Alright, it says we need 1 cup. I don't know why it says brown sugar on here. I clearly skimmed through this. I got cane sugar. Dang. It says we need a cup, so we really need half a cup. Okay, we got half a cup of sugar. I'm not gonna lie, me pouring this in, it seems like a lot of sugar. And I like cut the recipe in half, so it's like what they did in school when they showed you how much sugar was in your soda. You guys, I've never baked before. Like when I was little, I made like the little box brownies or the box cake, but I never made anything from scratch that I remember. So that's why I'm like being so particular and like over checking everything. I just want to make sure I don't mess anything up. So if it seems like I don't know what I'm doing, it's because I don't. All right, I got baking powder, aluminum free. I got a little half tablespoon right here. I'm just gonna add some. Okay, I got all the dry ingredients in there. I don't know if you've seen, there's like a dollop of the baking powder on there. So yeah, after that, I guess I just mix the wet ingredients and marry those together. I don't know if I'm overcomplicating this, but let me put this to the side and we're gonna do the wet ingredients now. We need a coffee break first, hold on. For the wet ingredients, it looks like we need half a tablespoon of, did I read that right? It says half a tablespoon, bro. It's a, oh no, I did get the right thing. Okay, God really helped me out. He knew I was about to mess up. It needs a teaspoon of baking powder, which I need to put in half. So I need a half teaspoon of baking powder. I thought I grabbed a tablespoon. All right, a teaspoon of baking powder, which if you're cutting the recipe in half a teaspoon. I need a tablespoon of miso paste cut in half, so I need half a tablespoon. You guys, I didn't add the sugar to the mix to mix it, bro. We're doing this together. Okay, add the sugar. Make sure you add all your dry ingredients together. I really thought I was doing good. I'm still doing good. I'm just being human. Now I need half a tablespoon of miso paste. But I forgot I need to melt this butter first. But I only need half of this. So we'll cut this in half. It says to melt it, but then let it reach room temperature. Alright, we got our half order, whatever the fuck I need. What did I need? Basically, I got 4 tablespoons of vegan butter up in here. Got a melted butter, if you see. Alright, I feel like I'm making this so complicated. Okay, I'm just gonna listen to the Lord and my ancestors. This is the right amount, half a tablespoon. Right, that's in there. So the last wet ingredient we need is milk. It says soy milk on there. I drink oat milk, and I already had oat milk at home from other recipes. So I was like, reduce, reuse, or reduce, whatever. It says a 1/3 cup, but I need half of a 1/3 cup. What the fuck is that? Well, this is, where's a 1/3 cup? This is a 1/3 cup. You can't even see it on there. I've had this so long. We're just gonna pour that in right there. Okay, we are going to go ahead and mix this together. It's just the butter, the miso paste, and the water. Okay, so we're gonna mix our wet and our dry, or whatever the fuck. One of them bitches. In you go. This looks good. I actually feel like kind of profesh. I hope this turns out well. Let's mixy. You guys, I don't know if it's really supposed to like look like this. I feel like I almost need a little bit more butter, but I did half the recipe, so I mean I could really get in here with my hands, but yeah, this does not look like it's doughy enough. Okay guys, so slight problem. I swear, I don't know if I messed up. I ended up putting almost a full cup of milk in here and even more butter. This is kind of what I got. It's barely even mixed all the way, bro. Okay guys, so it is literally almost 4:06 a.m. right now. It's been a few hours, so by the time I put the dough in the fridge, I think it was like 11:45, almost 12. I think it was almost a good thing to leave it in there for longer because I don't know, the dough was just not doing, but human error, right? Okay, so I have the pan lined and I'm just gonna use this little thing because I don't have a small ice cream scoop. I have like a huge one, but I think I need to make these smaller. So I'm just gonna like scoop them and just kind of boom bam on there really quick. Okay guys, so I have, what is this, 12 cookies on the pan. I literally still have this much left. Like I said earlier, I thought I cut the recipe in half. I may have not. I may have messed 1 or 2 things up, but this is still a lot. So I literally thought this was what she was making. Yeah, so I have 12, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw them in the oven for 15 minutes. Alright, so this is what it's looking like, and it's been the 15 minutes, so they are not flattening out, but you can see the stuff on the edge like crisp up. So I'm gonna take them out and try to flatten them with the spatula. This is what the cookies are looking like after I smashed them. The chocolate is like melty now, if you can see. Okay, these are what they're looking like, but if you see like this one, it's like a little crisp, or like right on this tiny edge. So maybe I should like leave it in for longer, but it's already been almost 20 minutes. Let's try to flip one over. Let's see. Let me get this little chunk guy. Oh, they're crumbly. Oh no. Okay, I'm gonna make the executive decision, put it in 5 more minutes, and then I'm gonna let them sit out, and then whatever happens, happens. Okay guys, it is time for the Japanese words of the day. So we're gonna relate it to what we're making. We are making basically miso chocolate cookies. Okay, so miso in Japanese is already miso, and then chocolate is chocoreto, and then cookie is easy, it's just cookie. So it'll be miso chocoreto cookie. So very easy. Let's see it together. Miso chocoreto cookie. Okay, so I just took them out the oven, and this is kind of what it's looking like. You know, it may not be a fail. Hopefully they harden up when I let them sit for about 5 minutes, and I will see y'all in a second. Okay guys, so I did some research because I was like, why are the cookies acting like that? And I really felt like it was the flour. I was just like, it feels like the flour is like absorbing everything and expanding. Yeah, so looking up, basically explanation is that the coconut flour is a very, what do you say, the coconut flour is very absorbent. So to fix that problem, I have to reduce the flour and increase the liquids. I really feel like it was absorbing things, but I thought I was tripping. So yeah, y'all, if you are using coconut flour for this recipe, make sure you reduce it, or just use a different type of flour. But make sure you research how it works, because since we're making vegan cookies and we're using different types of sugar, different types of flour, it's just, we're getting a different results, which is just, it just be like that. So you know what, we learn together. Reduce the flour, increase the liquids if you're using coconut flour. Okay, so these just finished cooling. I think it's been about 5 minutes. Yeah, so I'm gonna try to plate them and hopefully take a cute thumbnail, and then we will try one together. 1 second. Okay guys, kind of bad news. So I read on the back of the package also, of course you're not supposed to eat raw flour, and like I had these cookies in there for like 15 minutes, and I had 5 minutes, and then I think I had like 8 minutes, or vice versa. So like, I don't really know if the flour is cooked. It's just everything is so crumbly. Like, I plated it for the thumbnail, so if you guys can see, they are very pale. So I'm gonna try like a little piece, but I don't want to eat too much because I don't know if the flour cooked all the way. But yeah, y'all, you know, sometimes it's trial and error. Okay, so let's try one. Like I said, I don't want to like eat the raw dough, so let me find the most cooked one. Okay, this one's holding it together a little. She's a little misshapen, but it is a lot. Okay, we lost half of her in the sink. Got it. Anyways, so let's try it out. This is making a mess. Okay. Ooh, it's really dry. It's pretty good because I can taste the chocolate in it. I don't really know what miso tastes like, but oh my god, I'm making this. I can't tell if I taste the miso, but I think it's pretty good. It's just like a very dry cookie, almost like a biscuit. Now I know coconut flour is super dry. We learned it together today, or if you already learned it before. Oops. Okay, I'm gonna try another piece. Yeah, I'm just gonna try this little piece. Boom, bam. It's got a little chalky on it. Alright, well, kind of a fail, but I don't want to call it a fail, you know? This was a lesson today. This was fun. It was an experiment. You know, we have to try it out, and the more I practice, the more I'll learn and the better I'll get. And the same with y'all. So keep practicing, keep learning. You will learn at some point. You know what? No matter how many times you fail, you gotta keep going and don't get discouraged. Okay guys, well, this was the cookies. We tried. Maybe at some point we can come back and redeem ourselves. Either use different flour or something, and we will actually make these so we could try them. But make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe, turn on post notifications so you never miss a video, and follow me on Instagram, which I will put right here and link it down below. But yeah, y'all, thank you so much for watching, and hopefully not judging. We're learning together. But I will see you guys in next week's video. Bye. Love you. Bye.